What's going on, everyone? It's me, Bradley, back with another Photoshop tutorial, and it's late right now. I'm supposed to be in bed actually, but I was lazy all day and didn't make this video earlier, so now I'm gonna make the video now. I'll probably be super sleepy. But anyway, let's get started. Alright guys, so today we're learning how to do a Photoshop animation, and what I mean by that is learning how to make your images move like this. So it's not as hard as it looks. It's actually very simple, and plenty of people have done it before, so this is nothing new. But it's just an easier way of doing it without all the editing and all the confusing stuff you have to do. It's just two simple steps that you have to do when you take the photos. So let's jump to it now. Alright, so as you can see, I have a picture of, a shopping area. And I have two tabs open. The other one is going to be the picture of the model I took a picture of. So in the first one, so this is the main two things you're going to be doing. So you just take the picture of first the background, and then, which is the shopping center or wherever you're going to be. Just take the picture of the background. Then you take the picture of the model in the same spot where you took the picture. Have them stand in front, whatever pose, and that's pretty much it with the picture. So once you go through your whole photo shoot and everything, you go back and you edit those two photos. I edit them on Lightroom, have them both on the same kind of editing style that you did, or same settings you put on. You put them on a Photoshop, and once you do that, you have two tabs. So the first thing I'm gonna do is really simple. I'm gonna cut my subject out and put her in this background, so it's just a clean background and she doesn't interfere. So this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and use the pen tool. So I'm gonna go all the way to pen tool, and we're gonna start from the bottom. So I'm gonna zoom in here. I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom, and we're gonna start right here. So 1, 2. Now this takes time to learn. I know some people are probably not into the pen tool. I will be doing another tutorial on that. I used to be afraid of it too, so don't feel like left out if you're like, oh my god, I can't do it. Look, I couldn't do it either. So one day I just kind of had to make myself figure it out, and then I just figured it out, and I was like, oh, this is how you do it. So, and some help with looking online as well. I'm not gonna lie, I did look online and try to figure it out. So now I'll probably pretty much teach it to you guys. So this is pretty much what you do when you use the pen tool. You're just staying along the edges. That's all you do. Stay along the edges, and you know, take your time with it. Don't rush. You know, you want this to be pretty much perfect in a way. So since I don't want to bore you with this, so we'll go ahead and just speed up, or I'll just cut to the next scene when it's all finished. So yeah. Oh, and so one more thing. We're coming up to the hair now. So with hair, I know a lot of people probably want to know how to handle with hair. So the best thing I do is I just outline the main fullness of the hair, or the main chunk of the hair, if that makes any sense. So these little stragglers you see out here, I don't select them yet, or I don't put the pen tool around them. I just get the main part of the head or the hair, and in the main shape of the hair, and then the straggly parts I'll get later, and I'll show you how I do that. But before I do that, let's just finish getting the remainder of her body. Oh, and also to move the canvas, or to move your workspace, either if you have a Mac, just use 2 fingers on the trackpad and move it up or down, or go ahead and press spacebar and click and drag, and you don't have to worry about you can just move your canvas around and everything. So yeah, back to editing. so we just finished making the selection. So what I'm going to do is zoom out, and as you see, the whole line's all around her. So she's a selection now. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way to selection. So make sure you're on the pen tool. Go all the way to selection, and then when you click selection, this box will pop up. Feather radius, keep it at 1 pixel. Press OK. Now, as you see, turns to a selection, and you can see the little outlines around her. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Quick Selection Tool, and then I'm going to go ahead and click Select and Mask. Once that happens, you see the background disappear. Now, but I see right here, the background is between her purse and the chain right here. That's a quick, easy fix. All I'm going to do is go to the negative sign, keep it on Quick Selection, and probably make the brush a little bit bigger using the bracket, left and right bracket, and just kind of do that. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to do, and just get the little spot right there. Alright, that's pretty much all I'm going to do. I'm going to back out, make sure everything looks okay, and it does, and I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Now, next step, we're going to hit Command J. If you're using MacBook, it's Command J. If you're using Windows, it will be Control J. So Command J for me, because I'm using Mac. And it makes a duplicate layer right over here to our right. I'm going to take away the background. All I'm going to do is close the eyes. So just make it not visible anymore. So it's not visible anymore. And also, I'm going to unlock the background too, just to let you know. And then just do that. So what I'm going to do is go over here to our background. Unlock this background, call it background, and you'll see why I unlock this background later. So there it is. I'm going to go back to this side. What I'm going to do is go to the Move tool up here on your toolbar, hold down Shift, and then you click and you drag all the way to the next tab, and you let it go. And there she is. And as you see, I can move her around and she doesn't affect the background in any type of way. So that's one part of the animation. Now the animation part comes into play. Let's go back to editing. So I'm going to put her on the right side of my photo here. Now I'm going to hit the background because we're going to make the background move as well as her. So I'm going to hit Command T. And I'm going to hold down Shift. You must hold down Shift. If you don't, it will distort the background or distort any kind of image you have. So you hold down Shift to keep the quality and the thing and keep from distorting. I'm going to expand it just a tad bit, so about that much. Then I'm going to take and drag it about right here. I want the background to move left to right while she moves right to left, to make it look realistic as like the camera's panning. So now that I've done that, so now the next part we're going to do is we're going to go click enter actually. Click enter. Make sure you always hit enter because it won't let you do anything else if you don't. So I hit enter. And now we're going to go to window all the way down the timeline. And as you see, now it's the timeline and you're able to make a movie. See play, rewind, mute, all that stuff. I'm going to hit create video timeline. And there it is. You see all the layers right there. We're not going to use the center layer because we don't have to. So what we're going to use is we're going to use the duplicate layer, which is layer number 2. And I'm going to call layer number 2, I'll change it here, Kim, because that's her name, Kim. So this is going to be the cool part. What we're going to do is we're going to open this tab and you see position, opacity, and style. Her position right now is on the right side of the screen. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. She's on the right side of the background. To make something really cool, also to make it kind of realistic, like sense of depth, what I'm also going to do is I'm going to click onto her. I'm going to Command T, and I'm just going to hold down Shift, and I'm going to make her just a little bit smaller. About there. Enter. And what I'm going to do is when I'm dragging her over, I'm going to slightly make her bigger to make it look like she's coming in an angle. It's pretty cool. So she's still on the right side. I'm going to move her over just a tad bit. And I'm going to hit position. And that makes a keyframe, a gold little keyframe right there, right? So then I'm gonna take this part and drag it all the way here. I don't know what to call this. So I'm gonna call it like the but I don't know what to call it. But anyway, we're gonna take this thing and we're gonna move all the way to the right. When we do that, I'm gonna take the subject, I'm gonna move her all the way over here to the left. Then what I'm gonna do is make her slightly bigger as well. It might not work though, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, it has to say transform. So it might not work. It just depends on how it works. So we'll go a quick little play and see how this works. Hit enter first. Play. Okay, it just kept it the same size. Okay, forget it. Anyway, you get the concept. So as you see, it's rendering right now. It's gonna look a little slow, and so she's dragging across, and you see there's the animation. The background's not affected or anything, and that's pretty much it. I mean, really, that's how you get her to move. And whoa, that's a little weird. That was a little weird. All right, so yeah, you see she's moving over and over and over, and she's a little fast, but that's okay. So we'll stop that. Now the background, we're going to move this all the way to the front. Now the background, we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to minimize this and go to the background and do the same thing with the background. Open up, position, opacity, style. Position, we're going to click the keyframe. The gold keyframe pops up. Now we're going to take this thing and drag it all the way to the end. And we're going to take the background and we're just going to drag it over to the left. Right there. And that's it. So now, when I go back, you see how the background's moving with her? It makes it look like the background is panning. And that's how you get it to make it look realistic, like she's actually moving and someone's following her and all of that. So, now to be honest, I have to figure out why it doesn't say transform anymore. It used to say transform. That part I have to kind of figure out. And I don't know why it doesn't. If I do, I'll probably make an update to it or figure it out. I don't know why it doesn't say transform. If you know how to make it transform, put that in the comments, and then I would definitely thank you for that. But yeah, you say transform. I don't know why it doesn't now. But anyway, so there it goes. You see her moving and the background moving. So now you saw she changed positions. In the original one I showed you, her whole position changed to a different pose. That's very easy. You're doing the same thing. You're cutting her out and you place her in the same background. Let me show you how to do that. Now I'm going to get rid of timeline real quick. Nothing will change. Don't worry about it. Nothing's ever going to change. You just get rid of it real quick. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut her out again. So pen tool, zoom in from the shoe, and I'm going to cut her out again. So give me a minute. Okay, so now we finished selecting subject again. So the same thing we did last time. Go ahead, go to quick selection. No, I'm sorry. Stay on pen tool. Go to selection. Okay. Go to quick selection. Select the mask. And that's pretty much it. Make sure everything is pretty much in there. And it looks like everything is pretty much fine. The refine edge tool. I forgot to do this part on the last one. So what I'm going to do is, while you click the refine edge tool, what it does is it gets the straggly hairs on the edge. And that's what I meant last time by just getting that. Because what it'll do is it'll get all the hairs on the edge. And that's pretty much it. That's all it's going to do. And yeah, it'll just highlight them and get them out there. That's all you need to do. That's a real quick little thing. And then I say, okay. It just helps refine the edge. That's what I call refine edge tool. And then, obviously the same thing, Command J. We're going to hold down Shift. We're going to go to Move tool first, like we did last time. Hold down Shift, click, and move all the way to this one. Now, Obviously, I know she's doubled. So what we're gonna do is go back to timeline. Very simple fix is layer 1. We're gonna take layer 1 and we're gonna, layer 2, and we're gonna make layer 2 above Kim, and we're gonna say Kim 2. All right, easy fix. All we're gonna do is go over, drag it. Very easy to do, and just drag it to that side, and that's pretty much it. And then we drag this over, and then we make the background longer, just as long as this other layer. We're going to take the keyframe, this gold keyframe, we're going to take and drag all the way to the end. Actually, I'm sorry. I was right the first time. We're going to keep it there. You can always move it anytime you want. I'm going to Command Z that. Alright, we're going to leave it right there. And we're going to have her move all the way to here. And then what it should do is look something, when she comes over, she switches. Just like that. Quick transition. Bam. You see? Boom, 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 boom. Quick transition. Really easy to do. Real fun to do. It's not hard. It's not a lot of editing. All you're doing is using the pen tool, cutting the person out, putting them in the background, and just having them do what you want to do. So we still aren't done because I can put in the Lofted Bradley sign that you guys saw, and we're going to put in music. We're going to do that real quickly. So what I'm going to do is add the music now. So you will go to, you see audio track? Right here. It's already there for you. I click audio track, add audio. And whatever music you have, as long as it's not royalty, as long as it's royalty free, I'm going to go to downloads, and what song was it? We're going to go to this one. Open. And there it is. So the music will play in the background. Alright, so it's a little fast, but it's very easy fix to do that. So all you gotta do is move that up. I'm gonna make her move a little bit slower. And then we're gonna do the same thing with Kim 2. Actually, we don't do anything with Kim 2 because she's just gonna be sitting there, so that's fine. We're just going to make this a little bit slower. That's all you got to do is drag the keyframe a little bit further away, and it slows down the movement. I think the last one I did, I think I moved it at 10 seconds, I think. If I'm not mistaken. I'm going to try to put that at the very end. So, let's try it again. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So now we're going to go to my logo, which is right over here. And we're going to go ahead and I'm just going to hold down Shift, drag it over to the first one, drag it here. Yes. And there it is. And I'll just have it appear right over here. And that's layer 2. And we'll have it pop in there. So I'm going to go along with the music because I want it to be kind of musically there. So let's see how this works. If it works that way. Now, I got the. Now you have to cut the music out a little bit, so that's kind of easy to do. Just go here and just cut it, and it's very simple. We'll cut it right here. Press the cut. Take that, delete it, and we'll cut short the Lofted Bradley, and there it is. There you have it. Now it's there. We scroll over, press play. And once this is all finished, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go all the way down to right here where it says render. You'll click render, and let's do that. We'll click render. That will pop up. You change the name to, I'll say Photoshop animation. And, oops, I spelled that wrong. Animation. Then you go down. This H.264 just means MP4 player. That's all it means. YouTube HD. There you go. That's quality 1. Then you just click render. So that's pretty much the end of this tutorial, guys. I really hope that helped you enough to where you can use that for yourself. Like I said, to run through, all you have to do is take 2 separate pictures. One of the model or the subject you want to take of, and one of the background. You put them together. Edit them in Lightroom first, so get all these settings right. Put them into Photoshop. You have 2 different tabs. Go ahead and cut out the main subject. You put them in the background photo, and go to Windows, hit Timeline, click Create Timeline, and there you go, and there you have it. And you do the same thing over, cutting out other subjects that you want to put in there and what have you, and then have fun with it. I mean, really, it's so much easier to do. I mean, there's other ways where you can, if you took the picture of the model within the background, but you didn't take the background separate, it's kind of the same concept, just a little more editing stuff you have to do, and more on clone stamping you have to do. But instead of clone stamping and all that, all you have to do is just take 2 separate pictures, and all you gotta do is take the subject and drag them on. So like I said, if you love this video or like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. I'm making videos as much as I can. I do work full-time, so I'm putting them out as much as I can. So that's pretty much it, guys. My name is Bradley. This is 8th Note Photography, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.